One live. Okay.
Wicked.
So hi, Anne-Marie and Mike.
Hi.
I've got Mike with me. And we're here at the South Bank, and I have to tell you, it's quite zhuzhy. We've come to meet and chat about some things for the future. You saw Mike at the Nutritious Minds event. You did. He was standing there. I didn't quite get to video him, but maybe you might get to see him, some more of him in the very near future. So we were just sort of prepping ourselves to see what it felt like to be able to be in conversation with each other. Tell him our amazing fact, Mike.
So, just found out we are both Aries, born within the same 24 hours of each other, one day apart. So
same age, obviously. You knew that bit, right?
Both 29.
Yeah. That is quite amazing, though, isn't it? That's just blown me away anyway. So, here at the South Bank Hall, I asked Mike some questions because one of the things that I've been really promoting on Facebook is about being you know, being a clinical hypnotherapist and a life coach. The one thing that most people come to me for is that they want to be their very best version of themselves. And I know that's quite cliche to say because it just kind of sounds like everybody else, but the simplest things are usually the hardest things, and to be you is something that many people struggle with, trying to fit into other people's boxes. So we were here having a chat about that, and I asked Mike some questions about how he is the very best version of himself. So I'm going to ask him those questions. You can put questions down below if you want to. Mike will come back to you. He doesn't go on Facebook much because he gets lost in it, a bit like me. Get lost in
Watching
YouTube.
videos of a dog or something when I'm supposed to be doing work. So.
Feng Shui, I'll get lost in Feng Shui.
Right.
So, first question, Mike. In your journey to being the very best version of you, and I have to say, when I saw you speaking at the Nutritious Minds event, you were so in control, you were so focused on what you were saying, I was actually blown away that you are 29, right?
No, I'm actually 32.
Are you? Oh, you could have got away with that. Just so in admiration of how much you, how much you are focused on your own, what makes you happy in life. So for you to get to that point, what did you have to let go of to get to this point of where you are now?
I think the biggest difference between my mindset now and when I was younger is probably letting go of insecurities. And I think a lot of that, you know, when you're young, and I think it's even more so today, is it's so easy to compare yourself to other people, whether it's in magazines or nowadays it's, you know, Instagram, social media. You see all these pictures, everything looks perfect. Everyone else's life looks perfect, everything looks great, and you kind of you measure yourself up to that, whether you mean to or not. You're thinking, oh, why haven't I got this? Why haven't I got that? Or, you know, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, or bloody hell, that person looks good. And then it makes you feel bad about yourself because you don't feel necessarily as good when you look in the mirror because everything looks so bloody perfect online or in the magazines. And for me, I think a lot of that changed for me was when I got to an age where I just thought, actually, do you know what? I noticed that, like, supermodels were going out with like really ugly, hairy looking rock stars, right? And I thought to myself, it's not about and I thought it's not about their looks, it's about their vibe. And actually, because they're just so caught up in their vibe of themselves, and you know, they are you know, like it's all about who you are as a person. And a lot of the people that are most attractive are just being the best version of them. They're not trying to be someone else. It's not about how they look, it's just their vibe. They're just having a good time, and actually,
and it's very, very attractive. It attracts other like-minded people towards you, doesn't it? You start to find the more you know yourself, you're surrounded by people that are just like yourself. So the more insecure you are, the more you're going to be surrounded by insecure people.
That's right, and you know, when I watched an episode of Louis Theroux the other day, and like
I love Louis Theroux,
really, right? And there were some really, really obscure, weird people on there. And like
Jimmy Savile.
Like, and some of these guys, they were like guys that used to be married to like plastic blow-up dolls, but they've subsequently left the blow-up dolls and now got wives, or they have a wife. You know, the point is, if someone that is that obscure can still find the right partner for him that's actually a real person and not a blow-up doll, do you know what I mean? For example, what I'm saying is, out there's definitely someone for everyone. If that guy, you know, and he's perfectly happy with what he's doing, that's fine, that's his business. But the point is, there is somebody for everybody, and actually, you know, this whole thing,
be you.
as long as you're being you, and actually, like, you know, I'm not saying we should all go out there and start marrying blow-up dolls, but you know what I'm saying is,
a lot cheaper.
What I'm saying is, probably a lot less stress as well. But you know what I'm saying is like actually, you know, it's getting rid of this whole thing of like trying to change yourself because you want to fit in for that person, or you know, you just be the best person of you.
Yes.
That's what you know. Whether you're a rock star or some weirdo on Louis Theroux, then either way, the one thing that these people have in common is that they are kind of comfortable in who they are, and actually they find their happiness. And sure, we'd probably rather be the rock star than the oddball, but you know, do what's good for you.
Do
what's
what
good
makes
for you.
you
Don't
happy.
worry.
Be
Don't
you.
compare yourself to shit you see on Instagram, because that's not real.
Yeah.
That's not real. You know, like
preach.
People have made themselves look good before the photo, and then they've changed the photo and made the photo look even better. So what's the point in comparing your life to something that's false? Yeah, just be happy in yourself and let go of the insecurities, because there is so much more to this world than just looking on the bloody what's in the papers, what's in the Heat magazine, what's in the Facebook feed. Do you know what I mean?
And by default, can I just say, I don't know if you know who Mike is. I didn't even introduce you at the beginning, but Mike has a very successful business, and if you've ever been around Southend or any of these areas, you'll see Raver Tots, and it's this massive event where people take their children to be able to introduce them to really good music from back in the day when I was out raving, and that in itself is just about teaching children, because I used to be a nursery manager, but teaching children to express themselves in a way without feeling repressed, or because nowadays people have the perfect house, don't they? They have the perfect life, and do children really get to express themselves in a way that allows them to explore who they are, to be curious about life? No, they're very much in boxes even from a very early age.
That's right.
In the classroom, at home, gone are the days when they get the paints out. I know mums that won't even get paints out. No, they do that in nursery. So to be able to go to Raver Talks is really another way of encouraging people to express themselves wildly
through music
and
being creative, and that's the thing. I mean,
you're giving them a healthy view of doing it. Absolutely, brilliant.
I see. It's not about getting off your head. It's about going down, dancing, having a good time, and releasing some endorphins,
expressing
with
yourself,
good music.
absolutely.
You like good music.
And that's a really good way of introducing them. But introducing them at the age of 5, when they start going out raving, they'll remember how it feels just to be on the dance floor dancing for the sake of dancing, and they won't be looking. I hope they won't be looking for the extra ingredients, because they'll already know. They'll already have that feeling of knowing, I can have fun just as I am, just enjoying the music. That's what one would hope for, right?
That's right. Yeah, and if anyone has not heard of it before, check it out. Raver Tots. We're in Southend on the 25th of August. 6,000 people coming for that one, so there's still a couple of tickets left. Yeah, it's going to be good. So
Remind me to go away that day. No, I loved it. I was speaking there at the one in June, April, May? May.
The May one.
I was there. I was
you did the
I was
10 talks.
backstage, love.
I didn't know you did the 10 talks, but that's brilliant.
It was a really, really good day, and people were just so chilled and so happy. And some of them people were dressed up in, I think it was Twisted Bliss. Wow,
Some
awesome,
mad costumes.
Awesome, loved it. Can we all wear costumes
well,
next time?
like you said, maybe everybody should at all times.
Fancy dress, I think so. I think it should be standard requirement. Yeah, I'm going to push for that one. Boris, if you want to win my vote, that's what you need to do. Introduce fancy costume for everybody.
You probably will. You just don't know. You don't know what he's going to do next.
Maybe I shouldn't have said it so loud. Sorry, question number 2. We went off on a diversion. So you've spoken about what you had to let go of in order to really be the best version of you. But the converse of that was, what did you have to do more of to make sure that you were being you?
I think just focusing on doing what makes me happy. Like I've spent a long time, I've kind of grown up in, seeing other people where they go through the typical, you go to school, then you go to uni, then you get a job, then you get married, then you get a mortgage, and then you get children. You do it in this set order.
Yes.
But I could just never conform to other people's way of doing things. My life just take a different journey. And actually, as soon as I stopped worrying about trying to do all this because everyone else is doing it, and because that's what so and so thinks I should be doing, actually I felt a lot happier when I just thought, do you know what? I'm just going to do things my own way. It doesn't matter when it happens. What I want to do happens in its own time. Just because I don't want to. Do things the same as other people. I just want to do what I enjoy.
Yes.
Right? I can't
do more of you.
I can't do a 9 till 5, so I created a job for myself that isn't a 9 till 5.
That's
Working with kids and music, which is what my 2 favourite things in life, my children didn't have to get married and then have kids and then get, I didn't do it that way, and that's.
And it would have been more of a challenge, because all of you people out there who are thinking, I have to do things a certain way to conform. Actually, there are certain people, and I'm the same as you, Mike. You know what I mean? I think that if you do things that make you happy, do more of the things that make you happy, then by default, you do become successful. You do get all those trappings that everybody else looks for, because you're being you and you're doing more of what makes you
It's
you.
passionate as well. It's more sincere, isn't it?
Yeah, authentic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I had a quote the other day. It said the secret to success is sincerity, and once you learn how to fake that, you're laughing.
That says it all, doesn't it? That does say it all.
But the truth is, if you are sincere and you are genuine and you are passionate about what you're doing and what you care about, whether it's your work, whether it's your personal life, it's just going to go better, isn't it? Because you genuinely are sincere about it.
And we're not saying that's easy. We've had a long discussion today about actually how difficult it is. You get this what do you call it? When they do the soft glow, the soft glow of how to do business, and they say do this, do that, and you'll get there. We're not saying it's easy, because we know it's not easy. But what we are saying is, if you stay true to yourself, passionate and authentic, you will rise to the top by default. Because Tony Robbins, he said, burn the bridges behind you. When you go to conquer another country or to do something different, you have to burn the boats that took you there, so that you can't go back. You wouldn't want to go back, Could you go back?
Not to the
I
every
couldn't
day, no.
go back. I couldn't. So by default, we have to keep going forward, because that's what we've created for ourselves, and you should do that too. Don't conform just because you think that's the only way you're going to get to have the things that you want to have. That may be one of the ways, but that's going to be the hardest way, and you will live every day regretting it. I'm just going to be honest. Anyway, sorry, we've got to crack on. I like this question. When are you being you at your best?
This is a funny one, really. I just genuinely think it's when I'm being silly, mucking about, embarrassing my girlfriend in a restaurant, just being a class clown. And actually, that was one of the things that was always in my school report, which was, it was always in a negative way, which was class clown this, and should focus more on that. But actually, it's when we're being happy and trying to make a stupid joke here or there. What's the matter with that? So I feel happiest with myself if I'm being silly and having a bit of a laugh with some mates, and
that is what I call
about.
Being in the flow. That moment when you're not looking at your watch, you're actually being so present in the now that you almost lose track of time. You almost lose track of yourself, don't you? You're just feeling those emotions of being happy, and the world could do with a lot more of that.
And literally, a lot of it comes doing anything else. You're not thinking about what you've got to do tomorrow, what you should have done 5 years ago. You're just having a laugh. So just go out and be stupid.
And it's hard, isn't it? We were talking about how difficult it is for young people. They feel they've got to conform so much. They've got to wear the clothes. They've got to do the walk. They've got to do the talk, and they have to present this image of being just so. And you don't know what you're missing out on. Honestly, that's the hardest thing, says Grace. I'm very, very interested. Anyway, right. This is our last question. Did you think about this?
Oh yeah.
So I told you, I did a live this morning, and I told you about our coaching session, and one of the questions she asked, I love this, and I asked everybody to put your own version of this down there in the comments. The question was, Mike, if there was a billboard, look, we're here at the South Bank, if there was a massive billboard there, look, above Charing Cross Station, it was up there in huge letters, right, you can see it now. What would Mike's slogan be? What would your post be to the rest of the world?
I mean, if I had more time to think about it, I'd probably write something really
obscure. Really profound, you want it, don't you?
Something obscure, do you know what I mean? Something more profound than one of my favourite memes, do you know what I mean? But,
right.
But no, I think I'd probably just don't think too much, just do what makes you happy. Just do what makes you happy. I mean, don't think too much about choices you make in life.
It's the simplest things. Don't think about it, just do what makes you happy. That's obscure enough, because most people don't do that. And it's the simplest things. People try. You've just encapsulated it all there. You sometimes think about, how can I make it sound this, how can I fit all the boxes? But actually, just the simplest thing is what everybody's after. So I really thank you for that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Wicked.
It's been really, really lovely.
Cheers.
So
Pleasure.
thank you very much, and we'll see you all again.
Bye.